I love Depeche Mode when they're like really, really gutsy and bassy. That is Personal Jesus, the personal choice of indeed Paul and Simon from Binary Project, who join me right now, all the way, well, in one case from Hena. Gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Zone.
Hello. Thank you very much. Hello.
Now, you got in touch with me a couple of weeks ago to say you'd formed this band and you had an album coming out. Let's just backtrack a little and talk about how you both started. Let's start with Paul, who's on my left here. Paul Mills, hello.
Hello.
You were telling me a little bit about your background, your musical background. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm not going to give my age away, but I've been playing music for many years. Used to sing and play keyboards probably from the age of about 14 onwards. Been in various bands, and recently really just cover bands really, so doing any music from 80s up till present day, and but always in the background really. I mean, probably the last 4 years or so I've been fronting a band called Junction 25, so that sort of satisfied my need to get out there and perform or show off, shall we say. But it's never really been something, you know, it doesn't allow me to sort of go out there and do my own thing, so
well,
yeah.
The Beatles started out as a covers band, so there is a healthy precedent there. Let's at that point bring in Simon. Simon, hello on me right.
Good evening.
Tell us a little bit about your musical background. Yours is slightly different. You're credited as producer of the album.
I started out probably when I was about 15 doing remixes, just bedroom mixing, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sort of developed a bit from there. I had a MySpace page many years ago, got a bit of quite a few plays and likes and things on there. Actually got contacted by then the lead singer of 07, Moses, his name was, asked me to do a remix, and I did a remix. Nothing came of it though, unfortunately though. Got contacted by Morchiva as well. These are all sort of like, you know, late 90s sort of bands. But then, yeah, nothing really. Just basically just remixing, bedroom remixing, and then about a year ago, Paul got in touch with me.
I was about to ask, how did you guys get together to make music as Binary?
Dating agency.
yeah.
I heard that rumour. I thought it was all filth and unjustified, but there we go. It's all out in the open now, gentlemen, and you're on the webcam.
Everyone knows now.
No, our wives work together, and I've known Simon actually many years, 10 or so years.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So, and I always knew that Simon was into his remixes and is into his music big time. He's got a really good ear for what sounds right. And we just got talking one day, and I said I'd really like to do some of the. I got a lot of lyrics bouncing around in my head and a lot of riffs that I wanted to get down, lay down as a track, and then. But I'm very 80s, you see, so I needed Simon, and I sort of begged him to say, I need you being a little bit younger. Can you bring it up to date and in a more modern feel? So
I kind of jumped at the chance of that, really, didn't I? I mean, with doing remixes, I really wanted to sort of do something original.
Right. So you both worked on other people's music, and now was the chance to get together and do something entirely original off your own.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was.
Let's talk then about one of the songs. You brought in a copy of the album, as I've already said, and you've chosen 2 tracks. Track 9 first. Track 9 is called, said he's reaching for the album cover, Take Control. Tell us a little bit about the conception of that one, how that came about, and how you shaped it in the studio.
Well, that was really Paul. You, first of all, you.
I'd got a basic riff. I tend to wander around the house, humming and lawing and making silly noises, and then I go over to a keyboard and then start to record that. And so we tend to use computer programs, Reason and the like, to record that sort of sound. And I've got an idea for lyric. The lyrics are quite aggressive, really. It was a difficult time in my life that I was trying to get over, and taking control was something I needed to do desperately. So that's what the lyrics come from. But so I lay those tracks down, and we then Dropbox it over to Simon, and then he works his magic.
So Paul basically sent me like the like a raw version, wasn't it, of the track, and I just changed a few sounds, and just made it sound exactly what it is now. Yeah.
Sound artist, Simon.
Yeah, a sculpture.
Actually, Sound Sculptor. That's the kind of title that Brian Eno would claim, isn't it?
I quite like that.
Yeah, I might use that. Yeah.
Sound
Sculpture.
by Yes. I can see that above a shop, actually. Sound Sculptures by Simon.
Yeah.
Next door to a
happy
florist
with
in
that, yeah.
Eno or something. Let us then hear this first track, and then we'll come back and we'll chat a little more to Binary Project after this track from their debut album, which is just called
Just
The Binary Project.
self-titled, yeah.
This is bizarre. This is the strange bit when you hear this.